So it's a terrific question because somebody can max out the credit cards, right, before the divorce. And what happens? Well, and you see that a lot, by the way, too. Somebody knows that there's a divorce going on. So to get back at the other person, they, go to Somerset Mall and they go on a shopping spree. This is going to happen. You have to understand, it's very serious because you're not divorced yet. This thing is going to go on for months. And meanwhile, that bill still got to be paid. And you know what that bill is? It's incurred during the marriage. So on its face, it's a marital debt. And what do we do with marital debts? We split them. So what does that mean? Someone can go on a shopping spree and everything's half off because somebody else has got to pay half? Well, you have to realize that the judge can assign liability and blame and say, you know what? These parties were separated. Divorce papers were pending. You went and bought all this stuff for yourself that you know you couldn't afford. You're going to pay for that. I'm sticking you with that bill, and this is 100% your debt. And the court can do that. It's very important if you want the court to consider facing the blame completely toward one person rather than facing it to 50% toward both. If you want the court to do that, you need to track the dates. You need to track the proof. You need to get everything together so that you can show exactly when a timeline would be very helpful in terms of the spending, because that'll show the court that this spending was triggered by virtue of what was filed with the court. And that becomes very important. Now, I want to tell you something else very important. Irrespective of who gets stuck with that bill, you need to pay it. In other words, don't not pay it because you figure, well, she's going to be stuck with half of it, because guess what? It's your credit that's going to be damaged. And the bank that gives that visa, that expects that payment, they are not a party to your divorce. They don't care if the court says, well, you only have to pay half, she'll pay the other half. They're going to look to you. And if you're the only person on that card, they're going to come after you. And if you don't pay, you're going to get sued. Now, yeah, you'll be able to bring her in and say, well, I want contribution because it's half mine. But meanwhile, you've been sued. And now you're paying for defense. And now you're stuck with the interest, the costs, the penalties, whatever it is. So don't not pay it just because you think it should be split one way or another. Always be mindful of the fact that your divorce is between you and your spouse. The bank's not involved.